Okay, let me be open and transparent on this. The thumbnail and the title of this video is clickbait. I don't trade in penny stocks any more than I carry pennies in my pocket. They're a nuisance, and that's what penny stocks are. If you don't believe that, you can go to your favorite ETF, or you can go to Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. And these are all people who are successful in the trading market. And look and see how many penny stocks they have in their portfolio. And you're going to find they don't. Penny stocks are where the wolves of Wall Street live. These are the people who get up every morning and their own number one objective is to steal from you, is to get the money that you work hard for, and then you go to the stock market and you think you're going to magnify that 81-cent stock into a $1.60 stock, and you're going to double your money and you're going to become rich, and then you'll just do it over and over and over again. Well, you might do it once or twice, and you might be lucky and get out before they dump on you. But in the long haul, it's about as lucrative as going to the racetrack, the horse track, and betting on the long shots. It's just about the same. You wouldn't go and look at a horse that is all beaten up and nobody wants to bet on it and say, hey, this one's going to win the race. It isn't going to happen. And on top of that, as I said, that's where the wolves of Wall Street live. You can see it in the comments of my YouTube channel or other people's YouTube channel. They're in there. You'll see them. They'll say, "Hey, good video, and I really liked it," and then they'll say, "But I made my money on cryptocurrencies, or I made my money on such and such a stock, and then with such and such a person." And then immediately below it, there'll be about 30 other comments, and if you'll look at their entry time, they all entered in one time, and it's another pump and dump. So my cue to you is that penny stocks are not the place. Let's just look at yesterday. Yesterday, Facebook up 8%, Amazon up 2.85%, Google up 2.75%, Netflix up 11.6%, Tesla up 6.4%. My whole portfolio was up 4.54% in one day. So if you had bought the day before and owned the stocks I had, you'd have been up 4.54%. I only own about 12 stocks, but they're the 12 best stocks in the world, or at least in the United States. There might be some in China, but I don't buy in China. The NASDAQ, for the same time I was up 4.5%, the NASDAQ was up 2.13. The Dow was up 0.03. And the S&P 500 was up 1.02%. Now, why was the NASDAQ and the S&P up? Because they're loaded with the big six plus Tesla. And 25% of the S&P 500 is the big six and Tesla. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the big six, it's all in Amy Webb's book. She calls it the Big Nine because she also concentrates on 3 China stocks that I refuse to invest in. And it's because these are the companies that are going to take us into the future. They own all the data. They figured out where the future is in the stock market or in the economy, and they own it. So they are the companies that I hold. So my point is, don't think you can beat the professionals in this. Don't think that you can come up against the pump and dumpers and make a fortune on penny stocks. The key is to invest in the winners, to invest in the buyers. And when I say invest in the buyers, those stocks, those companies who, if you do find a penny stock that is worth something and it turns into a $20 stock, that Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, they're going to buy them. And they're going to incorporate them into their ecosystem if they have a place in the future. If they don't, they won't. But please, I own 2 penny stocks. I've owned them for 15 years now. I keep them in my portfolio just to remind me to never do that again. And there they are. They just sit there, and they're still worth pennies. But I've owned them for 15 years. They've even, many of them, changed their business. One of them used to make rocket fuel for NASA. They're now some sort of financial advisory firm. They're trying to find a place to justify their price. If it's a penny stock, that's what it's worth. So don't invest there. Again, today, up 4.15% on Microsoft. After yesterday's Tesla up 6.4, today up 3.5. Square up 3.5%. Multiply those prices times, or those increases. I think, what did I see? That Amazon's up 85% so far this year? Why would you invest in a penny stock? Oh, I know, you just don't have that much to invest. Then buy some fractional shares in Robinhood of companies that are going to succeed, that are going to take you into the future and make you successful. Don't try to beat the market. You're not that smart. If you've got a master's degree, a PhD, and you've read all the books I recommend, okay, you're smarter than me. But don't think you can become a neurosurgeon of the stock market by just playing on a daily basis, or just dropping in occasionally and buying a penny stock. You're going to get your money taken away from you. You might as well go to Las Vegas and have a good time. Okay? So you're on a channel, bestofusinvestors.com. I work to help my tribe, the people of bestofusinvestors.com. And if you want to learn more about it, go to this website right here, and you'll be signed up for our morning letter, and where I'll share with you the information that I gather. If you were part of Best of Us Investors and you received this morning's letter, you would know that we invested in Mylion. SHLL is their ticker, because they're going to be going public. And it was because Mylion makes where you can change an existing truck into a electric vehicle. And we thought that, and we still think that's probably a good bet. But in today's letter, I get an email from an individual whose family has been in the trucking business for years. And he explains to me that if I change the drivetrain in my diesel truck to a electric truck using Mylion, I've just destroyed my truck's warranty. And therefore now, when my truck goes down, I start losing money, and I can't get the manufacturer to correct the problem because I've altered the drivetrain of the truck. Wow. I never thought of that. Never gave it a thought. But the tribe informed me of that. I sold my Mylion today. I'm up 50%. I'll take my profits and say thank you very much. But I got informed. I acquired knowledge from someone who had knowledge. I acquired wisdom from part of my tribe. My tribe is at roughly 40,000 subscribers now. We'll be at 80,000 this time next month. We're going for 1 million. What we're trying to do is give you an advantage, to give me an advantage, to use the minds, the experience, the knowledge of 1 million people. 1 million people who are investing in stocks, in companies. We have a privilege to buy these companies, and will bring to our attention the flaws in our thinking, just like I did on Mylion. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to get away from this chasing pennies and get into real investing, sign up for Best of Us Investors. We are a disruptor. We're going to change the way the stock market works. We're not going to be the victims of the wolves. We're not going to pay $30 a month for somebody's letter who tells us what we should or shouldn't do. We don't need their letter. We have the experts within our own telling us what we should and should not be doing? So, that's the best of us investors. That's my clickbait on penny stocks. And again, if you don't believe me, go to your favorite ETF, go to Warren Buffett, and look at what they buy. And if you see that bright, shiny object that you bought for 86 cents in their portfolio, you go for it. You got Warren on your side.